Hey guys, welcome to the Explain Like I'm 5 session by the Dapp List. We started this series to run you through how to make use of the project on the Build Launchpad. Let's get into it. Yo, hello and welcome everyone. Great to have you here in today's Explain Like I'm 5 session. Today we have with us Tiago from Ondefy. Ondefy is a protocol that gives a centralized exchange-like experience to the amazing world of DeFi, whilst not compromising on decentralization. This is a rather unique approach to building better accessible UX for crypto enthusiasts, which in turn will open the doors to mass adoption. Tiago will be walking us through how to make use of Ondefy. Okay, Tiago, over to you.
Sure. All right. So the journey of OnDeFi and why we built it came from the fact that, I discovered DeFi in the pretty early days, started accessing, different types of tokens on Uniswap. And I was, getting these great opportunities, buying these assets. Then they were getting listed on centralized exchanges. And, I had a community. I used to do some macro analysis of the market. I was pretty well rooted in the Swiss ecosystem and discovered that it was really complex for people to access a token which was only listed on a DEX. So because, I think for most of us today, it's easy to, set up a MetaMask, send ETH on your wallets, and then, go on Uniswap, do all that stuff. But it's actually like for someone who doesn't know how to do it, it's a pretty long journey, and it's a pretty it demands a lot of learning and different things that you have to set up. So with that, with what I found, I wanted to solve it and make a seamless user experience to access a token from DeFi. And in general, if you ask people what's the first thing they do when they got into DeFi, they will tell you that they bought a token from a DEX. And that journey, as explained, is a pretty complex one. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to have an experience which is similar to a centralized exchange, but directly on chain. So what you can do is you can create a wallet with an email address. So you don't have to set up an extension, set up a seed phrase, or any types of network. So here I'm just going to show you how smooth it is. You can just log in with your email. Then you simply receive an email on your inbox. You just have to click your login. Simple user experience so far. So I've added it to FA, but it's not necessary. You don't really have to do that. But I have done it. You can choose not to. And so after that, you go back to the original tab. And here what happens is that it lets me access my wallets. So I can only access that specific wallet with an email address. And here I can access this token marketplace. But I'm a user from a centralized exchange, and what I'm looking for is to access an asset which is only listed on the DEX. So here I'm gonna choose a specific token. Let's say staked out, for example. Which is not listed on a centralized exchange. And here, I'm just going to find my asset, see some data on it, and you just click on exchange, choose a network. Here, I'm going to choose Polygon, and here, I'm just going to say I want to buy a specific quantity of that asset, and then I'm just going to simply swap that specific asset. So here, I've made the whole user experience pretty simple for a newcomer. We're working on a feature where you will be actually able to buy that specific asset directly with a credit card. So you just enter the amount you want in dollars and you can access that specific token. So we're really hyped on that feature. It's not yet implemented, but the idea is that you'll be able to go through an on-ramp provider. You'll be forced to buy some USDC, and once the USDC will be into your wallets, we will use a permit function, which will swap directly to the desired token that you wanted in the first place. So we really are concentrating on all these different steps and how we can make it as smooth as possible to break that first entry barrier into DeFi. Because that's what people do when they get in the space, is buy a token. And then what they're looking for afterwards is to generate yield. And so that's why we've created Earn a place where you can earn different types of yields. For the moment, we have integrated Aave, but we're going to integrate eventually different types of strategies. You'll be able to choose strategies depending on your risk appetite. And so, the idea of Ondefy is also to break that entry barrier, but also to bring the best of the DeFi space in one single platform. Well, people will feel comfortable. Today, like DeFi is a completely fragmented market. There's there's thousands of apps. And what we want to do is to aggregate all of them into one single place by choosing the best protocols. So let's say today you want to swap an asset. So you want to swap USDC. What happens in the back is that we are aggregating DEX aggregators. So we aggregate 1inch, we aggregate Paraswap, and we aggregate 0x API. And we find the best route for you and the best liquidity at the best price. So in some way, we make that user experience simple, but we also provide you the best price for a specific asset. So we're also working on the discoverability of finding a token, and so you can choose an asset from different networks. So here I can buy directly assets from Optimism or Avalanche. So as of now, we have 8 EVM chains. But we'll be working on adding other types of chains in the future. We're also looking to integrate Starknet eventually. And so, we want to really create a place where you can access different types of assets from different types of chains in a really simple manner. You can also, find different categories of assets you want to buy. So on that as well, we're working on a feature where you'll be able to we're working on a feature which will give some scores on different types of tokens, like depending the popularity they have on social media, and other types of data that we're working on. So you have all these different features that you can do, and in the future we'll be working on aggregating leverage platforms, because today you can do margin trading. Eventually, you can do it on UIDX, GMX. But it's, as said earlier, it's a fragmented market. So you have all these different prices on different chains, and what we're looking to do as well on that is to aggregate all these DeFi margin trading platforms and enable users to get the best price when creating an order. So all in all, it will be a sort of a Binance on chain, you will have all the different types of features that you have on a centralized exchange, but fully on chain. And today there's only 5 million users in DeFi, and in order to bring on board the next wave of millions of users, we need to concentrate on the user experience, not create another protocol that will improve yield or these types of things. We really need to bring on board those people and to have a simple place for them to access DeFi. And so, I think I've walked you a little bit around everything. So this is part of the app. You can access it with an email. That's for if you don't want to get through all the complex stuff of creating wallets. You can extract the private key. So this is fully non-custodial. You can see all the past transactions. And that's pretty much it for the wallet sign-in. But what you can also do is you can also sign in with MetaMask, and you get the same feature. So this will be for users who have more knowledge, and they can also access DeFi on DeFi with us. So I think I showed almost everything. So happy if you guys have any questions about what we built, whether on the technical side or the user experience.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much, Thiago, for that quick rundown and going over the usefulness and the functions of Ondefy as a product. Quickly before we proceed and get into the nitty gritty and mention a couple of things that I found to be really cool. We just rounded up. So this is still falls under the Explain Like I'm 5 session. However, if you have any questions to Tiago or to the Ondefy team, or any suggestion or any comment, please feel free to unmute your mic at any point in time during this conversation and just chip in. We'll be more than happy to listen to your 2 cents and just hear your thoughts on anything in general. Please just say it's an open space where we don't bite, and we are more than happy to take your contributions. So I really do like the ability to be able to purchase DeFi tokens with the credit card. The feature you said the DeFi team is working on that is at its height of accessibility, to be honest, because pretty much everyone has a credit card. Maybe not everyone has like a MetaMask or even has interacted with a centralized exchange, but everyone is familiar with being able to make purchase with a credit card, which I think is a really cool feature. So well done.
Thanks. Happy to hear. Yeah, this is something like I think will be out in maybe a month and a half. It will be working in app, but it will also be working like a side widget. So let's say your project that's only listed on the DEX, and you want to provide a simple solution for your community to access your token. You'll also be able to create a page where your token will be pre-selected. And your non-crypto native user will be able to enter an amount he wants in dollars or euros, and he'll run through our process, and he'll be able to buy that specific asset directly with his credit card. So we do that by using on-ramp providers such as Montpellier, and the process is being developed, but you'll be able to understand better how it works in the future.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and joining us for today's episode of the Explain Like I'm 5 session. Don't forget to visit our YouTube channel for more videos like this one. Remember to like, subscribe, and share this video with friends. And until next time.